One spin clears, one quick breaks ground. You built a plan, too late, shut down. Sapped up, sky bomb, scoffed and wild. One brave bird and you're exiled. High travel ships that ghostly grin. Apple has a dragon, souls within. Rotom wash them in bullets and pain. Takes your hit, then shocks your brain. Samurai sets the spikes front line. Turn one down, you're running out of time. Beware of the treads. Iron rolls, your chances shred. With the crew that never bends. Ghost storms, spikes, and a toxic end. Toxic waits with the berry in hand. The apple glow, now sink in the sand. You blinked, you clicked, your plan is dead. You can't fight fate, you can't handle dreads. Beware of the treads. You thought you prepped, you misread. Steel and venom, storm and flame. You queue for a match, you walked into maim.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Okay, so my opponent brought up the Hoopa a little bit unfortunately. I have a slower team, so that's going to be able to punish my Toxapex and Hydrapple very hard. I'm just going to lead the Iron Treads lead. I'm running like a Stealth Rock, kind of standard set, and we'll play from there. The reason why I'm leading Treads is I want to get these rocks off early, as this week I am playing a little bit of Spin Block with a Terra Ghost Hydrapple. As I think like one of the best ways I have to potentially win this game is just to kind of like slowly chip his team until either a Galarian Zapdos or Samurott can just kind of clean. I do lead Pheasantipede, so that is like the ideal lead for me. It's because this is just a free rocks. So Stealth Rock we go. I imagine you probably have to switch here, probably out into the Eel. It's because you can't really risk me going for an Earthquake and taking this out. Because once this is gone, your Grounded Poison is out of the way. So yeah. It's because once that's gone, the Ground Poison is gone. So my Toxic Spikes kind of go in very hard. I see go Eel. Yeah, fair enough. So I get my rocks off. I can't stay in here if I'm running Oka, so I know I'm going to be able to take the probable Flamethrower that's coming my way. You might be Drain Punch, but I feel like a special set kind of makes a little more sense into my team. I can also just very freely go out into my Hydrapple, but the reason why I'm hesitant on doing that is that if this is a knockoff Eel, which I don't have that information yet, I'll potentially lose my Selfest, which will create a situation where that Keldeo becomes a really big issue because it's Terra Electric. So instead of doing that, I am just going to knock off, find out what item this is, and play from there. Do a little bit. Leftovers, okay. Okay, so you're a Coil set. I think my team is super physical heavy this week, isn't it? Yeah, this actually might be a little bit an issue. Oh no! Shoot. You see, if I let Rotom go down, that Goldengo's really scary. And Rotom's my only real special attacker. I do think a Drain is coming my way. You know what? You're gonna get what you want. You're gonna knock off my Sylphus on my Hydrapple, and I'm gonna have to play with that in mind. I didn't wanna lose my Sylphus this early. But Coil, that was a really good bring. That was a really good bring. Yep, you knock off my Sylvest. You got what you wanted. And I'm just going to Giga Drain this. Recover basically a lot of HP. This shouldn't be able to touch me. I'm pretty sure it is like some Flamethrower set. So Giga Drain we go. Or sorry, not Flamethrower, like Flame Chart. Drain Punch. It's because Coil is usually like Drain Punch, Knock, maybe it's like Volt Switch. I'm not tearing, it's because I want to keep my Ghost, I want to keep my Electric and Resist intact. And I also want to keep my, I don't want to be weak to that Knock. So you're going to think about this for a while. I think we're probably, yeah, we do see a switch. Who do we see a switch out into? Koopa. Interesting. So you're going to take this Rock Chip. I don't Terra here, so I still can't quite Spin Block this yet. And this is a scary situation. Shoot. This is Terra Fairy, so if I Terra and he Terra Blast, if I don't Terra and he Terra Blasts, I lose my Hydrapple. If I Terra and he Hyperspace Pulls, though, I lose Hydrapple as well. I guess I go Hex, kind of middle ground. See what he wants to go for. I imagine... I think this is probably going to be like a Life Orb set into me, honestly. Either a Life Orb or an Expert Belt set. I don't think you can afford to really lock a move into Iron Treads, Pex, Hydrapple. Especially without knowing my Hydrapple Terra typing beforehand. So the reason why I'm going out into my Pex is I'm running Berry. So if he goes for the Psychic, I'll be able to take that. And if he goes for, and I'll be able to scout out. I imagine this is probably not going to be his Terra Cap, though. I think he's saving the Terra for Keldeo. Let's do Dark Pulse. I'll do a little bit. Do I take a Psychic at 179? I am Berry. Yeah, it does look like I take a Psychic at this range. So I'm just going to go for the lunge. As you withdraw. Okay. So you're going to see my lunge. A little unfortunate that that tech gets revealed, but that's fine. Goldengo, yeah, fair enough. You take the Rock Ship. You're going to see that I'm lunge, so you know I have the bug move now. The attack drop is going to do nothing. Yeah. So you obviously know I'm Berry at this point. Or that actually might be a Scarf Hoopa, now thinking about it. That's a possibility too. It's like Scarf, not a Supa. Which would be risky, because locking a move into my team is like kind of I guess I don't have great setup sweepers. As these Thunder Wave doesn't affect me, I just eat that. And I'm just going to Volt Switch here and see what you want to do. Or I discharge and play for Para. What's your switch into this? Not much. You didn't bring the Ogerpon. If you bring Pheasant Dipty out, that's a little worrisome, so I'm going to Volt Switch. I think you have to switch here. Even though I'm not Dark Pulse on Rotom, that is something that Rotom can potentially run, and I don't think you want to risk like Discharge Paras. As you do switch into the Pheasant Dipty, taking once again this very steady Rock Chip, the early Rocks lead, truly doing just a ton of work early. So you get Volt Switch off, do a little bit. I'll take that chip. Who do I go here? I can go this and Brave Bird. Kind of regretting not running Band on this now. I guess I go Treads. Yeah, Treads is safe here. So what are you going to do? Go out into Eel and just get Volt by Hydrapple? I don't think that's a very good play. And I'm just going to knock. I think the Eel is probably going to come in. If you stay in, that would be kind of a crazy play, but we'll see. Even if you stay in, I am running the Oka Berry. I will be able to take like one Heatwave from this. And we'll play from there. You're going to think about this for a while. You're definitely... I think Eel is always your play here. You might... Oh no, you do let this go down. Okay. So is this Berry? It is Rocky Helmet. Okay, so good to note this is Rocky Helmet. I think we're going to see a Heat Wave. No, we see a U-turn. Interesting. Okay. Fair enough. Probably going to see Terrapagos come in here. Unfortunately, without our Aselfas, that Terrapagos is going to be able to break through our thingy, our apple. If we see the Hoopa, I'm just going to assume that Hoopa is Scarfed. But, I don't know. Maybe you go Keldeo here, so you knocked off my Sulfest on Hydrapple. If you go Keldeo... Keldeo would be scary. I'm just trying to think what I do if he goes Keldeo. So Keldeo does come out. Is that Resolute? I should have checked before the game. I know there's like a giveaway whether this is Sacred Sword or whether it's Sacred Sword or Focus Blast, depending on like what Keldeo form it is, but I can't tell. I think this is the one with Sacred Sword though. Yeah, I mean Gyapdos kind of soft tracks this, so I'm gonna go Gyapdos to kind of force a Terra Blast. I think we're probably gonna see a Calm Mind here, but we'll see. Yep, we do indeed see a Calm Mind. This is his Terra Cap, so I imagine you Terra this turn, because otherwise you'll get obliterated by Brave Bird. And yeah, or do I just Brave Bird and... No, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to U-turn. I'm like 90% sure you Terra in this situation. Yeah, you do Terra. That was a good play. But now he does not really have a good ceaseless edge switch, and so I'll start being able to spike stack against him, which is really nice. So I go for U-turn, a little bit of chip. And I'll just go out into my apple. I think we see an electric move come out here. I'm just going to try to think through his sets to see whether it's worth gambling him being Icy Wind. Because it might be. So what does it have to be? It's Calm Mind. It is Terra Blast Electric. Has to be a water move. You know what? I'm in a gambling mood. I'm gonna gamble. If you drag Calm Mind again, let's go, and we get to force this out with the Dragon Tail. Hopefully we see something this Hydrapple can beat. So we Dragon Tail. Who do you go on into? If this is big, this is also steadily taking chip, so it's slowly getting into either ceaseless or close combat range for my thingy. Terrapagos comes in. That's what we want to see. Is this boots? Is the question. I don't know if this is boots or not. It is boots. Okay. This is going to burn my Terra. And I'm just going to Dragon Tail, force it out. I think we're probably going to see a Toxic here. You might go for the Rapid Spin, but I don't know. We'll see. Either way, our game plan this week always was to kind of spin block us. So we are going to spin block indeed. Big Terraghost Apple. Is this going to be Pulse? It is Star Pulse. A little unfortunate. That's going to do a lot. Please don't flinch. Please don't flinch. We do get the Dragon. No, we do not. Wait, do we? We do get the Dragon Tail off. Okay, sweet. So we don't have to worry about Terra Shell anymore, which is really nice. You get forced out, and who gets forced in is the question. Keldeo. I don't know if I take a hit from this Keldeo is the thing. Probably go for a water move here. Yeah, I definitely don't take water move at that range. I think the play is Rotom. If I really can't afford Hydrapple taking too much chip, is because a lot of my game plan this week is slowly tripping his team through the Stealth Rocks and Ceaseless Edge Spikes, which I'm planning on getting off soon. I'm just waiting for an opportunity where I can get a Ceaseless Edge off. You do a little bit. Cover. You may Calm Mind here. You may Sacred Sword. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to Volt Switch. Take my chip, get out. Rotom's doing kind of what Rotom does, which is just be a repositioning tool. So you're going to think about this for a while. I think we are probably going to see a Sacred Sword here. I'm pretty sure that this is currently the form that runs it. No, you just Calm Minds. Okay, okay. Calm Mind I'm fine with. Do I just go Daptos and Close Combat this? Because Close Combat might kill. Ceaseless Edge definitely will, but Close Combat's like high base powered stab. Hydrapple won't take a Surf. I don't want to lose Hammerah. So I think this is actually my play. Yep, go Burb and surround with Close Combat. If you go Gholdengo, you go Gholdengo, not the end of the world. I do have soft tricks to it. How much is my Close Combat going to do first? It's going to do a decent amount. It might actually kill. I mean, we're probably going to see Gholdengo come out here, but I don't know if I want to call that out. You know what? I'm actually going to knock just because this, yeah, it's because calling out the Gholdengo is valuable, and knocking this would put this into Ceaseless Edge Range, which is value anyways. Okay, so you got into this. You were willing to suck it off to Close Combat. Fair enough. Knock off. This is definitely some physically defensive set. I don't really have great switch into this. I guess I go Treads, continue applying offensive pressure to this. I am slowly getting trip on this. Yep, as you do, Roost. So I'm actually going to Earthquake here. If you go Eel, you go Eel, like not the end of the world. If you do Earthquake on this is generally just very valuable. As you do with Straw, we're probably going to see Eel come out here. Unagi, I think that was the Eel. Yeah, it was the Eel. Fair enough. Here beam. And we're probably going to see a Drain Punch come out. I mean, I should be able to take a knock either way. I mean, it's a Hydrapple. Do I take a +1 knock is the question, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I take +1 knock. I don't have an item, so it's going to have that reduced damage output, but it's still a super effective hit. I'm sure the seal is like decently offensive. As you do coil, does not kill me. And Fickle Beam, go for the kill. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Super Soul Slam. Oh shoot, Super Slam. Oh no, it doesn't kill, it doesn't kill. Come on, max it, max it. Oh, Hydrapple. You tried, Hydrapple, you tried. I don't want to stay in here and take the knock. I know Drain Punch is likely coming out. Okay, who do I want to sack? Guess I'll go Rotom. I mean, I think we're probably going to see a knock here, but we'll see. If you drained, you got me really good. You did drain. You got me good. But that's less than I would have thought it would have done. So I actually can surround this with Hydro Pump. Or do something crazy, Volt. No, I'm just gonna Hydro Pump, take my kill. If you go Pheasant Dippy, you go Pheasant Dippy, not the end of the world. I'll get Steady Chip on that Pheasant Dippy. And once again, this is kind of, well, not really once again, but this is kind of chipped. So yeah, he might like go down. Oh, it lives on a Sliver, damn. Knock. Rotom takes that, but Rotom unfortunately now is kind of out of the game, creating a situation where that Goldengo is going to be very scary. I mean, I do have soft tracks to it in the Treads and the Samurott, but it's not ideal. Am I okay with Rotom out on neutral? No, I'll just Volt Switch, go Hydrapple. If he goes out into something that punishes Hydrapple, I will just take the Regenerator Recovery. I think we're likely going to see him let Heal go down here, unless he has a Healing Wish user, which I don't think any of his Pokemon learn Healing Wish. This could be Cuss Tap, honestly, now that I think about it. No, wait, no, he was leftovers. I knocked it off early, right? So Volt Switch we go. Dead Heal. We go Hydrapple, get our big Regenerator Recovery, and play from there. So Heal Gone. The Heal Gone really opens up my Earthquake endgame. He doesn't really have a good Earthquake switch in. It's actually tempted to go Mecha Jimmy, but if I go Mecha Jimmy and he goes out into the Kill-Yo, I'm kind of on the back foot. So I'm going to go Hydrapple and try to get Recovery. So you're going to think about this for a while. I think we're likely to see a Pheasant Dippy come out here, and we're likely to see a U-turn. I'm really tempted to call that out in Fickle Beam, but the downside of him like getting a Toxic off on this Hydrapple is really big. It's because once again, a lot of my game plan this week is coming down to my ability to spin block and get like steady chip with Stealth Rock and Spikes. As you go Hoopa. Ooh, Hoopa's scary. I do think this is a Scarf Hoopa with the way he's playing it. But I think he would have Psychicked my Toxapex before. If I let Rotom go down here, I go Hex and reveal my Payapa Berry. I think I'll let Rotom go down. Yes, because there's too much of a downside if he, how much HP? Probably in Ceaseless Edge range. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Rotom and then bring out my Ceaseless Edge user and Ceaseless S. If Ceaseless kills Hoopa, which I assume it would, I mean, it is a Sharpness boosted. I assume this is going to go for like I'm fairly certain that this is like Choice Scarf at this point. As you do go for the Psychic Noise, you take out my Rotom. Fine. So Rotom gone. Did what it needed to. Taking out that Eel was kind of clutch and it just kind of pivoted around. Goldengo once again will be an issue, but I think I can kind of steadily chip it down. I'm just going to go out into my Samurott. I am fairly certain that this is Toy Scarf, and I'm just going to Ceaseless Edge. This video don't have a good Dark Switch in. Yep, you withdraw. Probably going to be the Pheasant Dippy, but that's fine. Yep, Pheasant Dippy comes out. Probably should have Aqua-Cuttered, but that's fine. Not really too bad. I do Ceaseless Edge, take my chip, get my Spikes. Just gonna Ceaseless again. I think we're probably gonna see either a Roost or a U-turn come out here. My Treads is so obvious. So we got another layer of Spikes, 2 layers of Spikes. We do see the U-turn. Please no poison, please no poison. Please no poison. No poison, let's go! Okay. So Something has to come in here, likely going to be just Terrapagos. If you go Hoopa, you're definitely Scarf Hoopa, and you're playing a risky game of whether I'm Scarf on Hammerada or not. If you go Goldango, I'll assume that's like a Goldango. So you have to think about this for a while. I think Pagos has to be your play here. And honestly, I think you have to Dark Pulse if you really can't afford me getting another Spin Block off. If I get Spin Block off, I just Dragon Tail you out again and take my massive damage. Vitals, I think that was Terrapagos. Yeah, it was Terrapagos. I had Drapple so obvious, but I have no reason not to go for it. I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna go Hydrapple. If you Dark Pulse, you Dark Pulse, not the end of the world. I still eat. I think I might eat 2 at that range. You do Dark Pulse, you go for the good play. I maybe eat 2 at that range. Actually, it might be. Wait, what is this? Oh no, it's wrong. Apple said I don't have enough time to calc now. Shoot. If you go for the Rapid Spin, you go for the Rapid Spin. You made the right play. I think you do Rapid Spin here. No. Please don't be Rapid Spin. Please don't be Rapid Spin. You do Dark Pulse. Okay, that's good. That's good. We do start with Close Combat. So I think I'm just needing U-turn. If I feel like your Goldango, it has to be your play here. If you let this go down, these spike strips are going to be a huge, huge issue for you. If you raw Dark Pulse again, you're a madman. So we take that chip. Pagos we go. Or not Pagos, Hydrapple we go. If you called that out in Dark Pulse, good on you. You could go for the Rapid Spin. We got ya. Okay, I mean, your Dark Pulse is so obvious here. Not gonna be able to kill this, so I'm just gonna Dragon Tail. Force you out, take my damage. Dark Pulse you go. You take your damage. Dragon Tail I go. Force you out. So whatever comes in here is gonna take massive drip from both the spikes and the Stealth Rocks. Hoopa comes in, okay. Is it actually going to go down to hazards? It's going to be close. It's in the red. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, Pex really doesn't do anything here, so I'm kind of sacking it off just to see what it wants to go for. If it goes for the Psychic move, I know you're locked into a Psychic move. I'm like 90% sure that this is a Scarf Hoopa right now. It's because if you weren't, you would have Psychicked my Pex before. So I switch. Do you go for the Psychic move? Do you go for the Dark Pulse? Let's see. Maybe I actually don't know what you do. So you use Thunderbolt. Okay, fair enough. I'll eat that. I know you're locked into T-Bolt now, so I'm going to go out into my Treads, but you don't really have a good punish for, and play from there. You may call my Treads out just because it's so obvious, but we'll see. And if you're like 9-brained and are not Scarf this entire time and was baiting me for this exact moment, kudos to you, but with the way you're playing it, you're probably choiced. And I assume Scarf speed that didn't look like Specs damage before. So you're thinking about this for a while. I mean, the Pagos might come in, honestly. If the Pagos comes in, I may just Earthquake. So, thinking again. I know you're locked. You probably know that I know that you're locked at this point. Yeah, So we're probably going to see a Terrapagos come out that's going to try to spin. Terrapagos does come out. I get my Treads in, and I think this is a turn I just Earthquake. Just because I feel like you probably can't afford Hydrapple coming in here. So yeah, I'm just going to Earthquake, take my damage on this. It's because once this is gone, you have no way to remove hazards, and I don't really have to play Spin Ball quite as heavily. If you call it out and spin this turn, really good on you, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I can always get these hazards back up. You live, you do Dark Pulse. Sweet, that's good for me. And You don't have a ground switch in, so I'm just gonna Earthquake and take my kill if you give it to me, or take whatever you want to sack off in this place. This gone means these spikes are gonna be huge. So the spike sack strategy looks like it's gonna work. Yeah, that's one unfortunate thing about Terrapagos as a spinner. Like, it's good at spinning, but usually when you have Terrapagos, you kind of want to pair it with, like, defoggers, so it's not kind of locked into that role and doesn't get screwed over by the elite ghosts like Terra Hydrapple, Pecorant, Sinestro, etc. See you with Straw, obviously trying to preserve the Rapid Spin, as these spikes are going to be killer. And Hoopa goes down to the spikes. Sweet. So Hoopa gone. What you have left is Keldeo, Terrapagos, Goldingo, Pheasantippi. This is looking like a very good Ceaseless Edge endgame. It's the Pheasantippi that only resist. I don't know how healthy the Pheasantippi is right now, but I'm pretty sure it's at like 30%, I want to say. If I remember correctly, I don't know if he got a roost off or if he just U-turned on my Samurott before. I think he just U-turned, if I remember correctly. So Keldeo comes out, can surround with anything. Take all that chip. And I'm just gonna go Burb. I mean, if you call it out, you call it out. Good on you. But not really a whole lot of progress made. Oh, you double. Interesting. Who are you gonna double out into? Pagos, ooh, fancy, fancy. But this is really good for me. If I get a free U-turn and you have to take a sack, who are you gonna sack? If you let the Goldingo keep getting... If you go Goldingo, I'm just gonna bring out Treads and take my kill. U-turn we go. I have no reason to click anything else. U-turn's gonna kill this, and if you go Goldingo, I go Treads and collect a kill. I think we have him trapped right now. I think we're getting very, very close to this endgame. So you're gonna think about this for a while, but I think you're in a world of trouble right now. Who do you sack? If you sack Pheasantippi, I just click Ceaseless Edge and win the game. Or I actually could Rapid Spin and win the game that way too. That might be the play. So you go this, take the spikes. Rapid Spin probably kills us, and I think I can get a Treads endgame off here. Unless that's Vacuum Wave Keldeo, which I don't think it can afford a Vacuum Wave in this set. Since here's a whatchamacallit, that orange form, you have to be Sacred Sword. I know as a fact I actually do use Keldeo in draft sometimes. The Jenning will block you from using that exact Keldeo like thing if you're not Sacred Sword. So I just go Mecha Jimmy, take my Rapid Spin, and I think that's going to be a good game. I'm pretty sure Mecha Jimmy cleans this up. Unless Goldingo lives a hit, which it probably does because it's Goldingo, but Rapid Spin we go. Take our speed boost. Fez gone. Most of your team's chipped and whittled. Our speed rises. I looked down for a second, so I didn't see the speed rise, but I know that did. You go Keldeo. I assume this is Vacuum Wave, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like you can't be Vacuum Wave here, though. Oh no, you just died to spikes. Let's go. Oh my god. Ceaseless. What can I say? Ceaseless Edge is quite the move of all time. So Keldeo gone. What you have left is Terrapagos and Goldingo. After the spikes chip, I'm pretty sure Earthquake will kill that Goldingo unless it's like max defensive. I'm just gonna look to make sure it's not Balloon. I'm fairly certain it wasn't Balloon, but yeah, it's not Balloon. So I just Earthquake, collect my kill, and that's gonna be a good game. Clean Tread Sweep. Oh no, it does live. Damn. X, is that gonna kill? It's a Hex. It does not kill. Oh, Treads, you're so clutch. So I think that's the second game in a row where our Iron Treads just went up huge. It's such a good Pokemon. Honestly, I think Iron Treads low-key should be around one pick in most drafts. People sleep on its offensive capabilities. Like, it's usually used as like kind of a hazard setter, but its coverage is so good, and Steel ground typing is just absolutely amazing. So Earthquake, Terrapagos gone. That is a good game, and see you guys in the next battle.